Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy football day. No football for me. My team doesn't play till tomorrow. So I want to get a video out tonight because I'm going to be out tomorrow night. And I filmed some of what you're going to see last night after the live chat kind of thing that we had going on in the premiere last night. So I was pretty excited. So I'm going to rearrange this video. So things are going to be out of order, but it's all good information. So I'm going to be talking about more district stuff first. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the functionality of the website. And I'm going to talk about different ways that you could utilize district in your business. Because we all have come to the realization, for the most part, that we do need to do something outside of eBay. Now, here is one way you could use district. And you got to keep in mind, it is free to sign up. So let's say you're an everything seller and you want to, maybe you've been tossing around the idea of opening up like a Shopify or maybe your own website. You could utilize district in the capacity of, maybe you want to niche down and you want to only focus on certain things to list on, say, a district or a Shopify or your own website. I'm really pushing district because it's already here. It already has the infrastructure and it doesn't cost you anything. So let's say you want to focus on hats or toys. So you could either create your own marketplace or you could join an existing one who sells those kinds of products. You could buy a website, say from GoDaddy, right? Or if the existing marketplace owner already has a domain. So for example, I have Hey Pop Culture. I bought that domain. I've redirected it to my marketplace. So for example, if I sell something local, I say, in the past, I might direct them to my eBay stores and I might say, ignore those prices. I can do better if we do it in person, right? Because I'm the one making that sale. I'm the one driving that traffic to my eBay store. But in the future, I could just be like, hey, I also have an online store, heypopculture.com. I could even get a business card and I could just give that to him. It directs him to the website. I'm creating brand awareness. I'm creating website awareness for district to hopefully get new customers, because you got to figure not many people even know that this place exists. I can price my stuff more competitively because I'm not getting raked over the coals with eBay fees. They can feel comfortable, I'm counting right now, they can feel comfortable that they're just doing an online transaction. They may not be familiar with the website, and maybe they won't buy initially because they don't know this website exists. But I've already done business with this person, so maybe that does build a little bit more trust, right? Maybe he thinks it's my own website. Maybe he doesn't even realize initially that it is, part of a larger virtual marketplace. You can do that. You could buy your own domain, bobscoolhats.com. Maybe you want to start to create a brand. So, you could, if you're selling hats locally or you're, whatever you're selling locally, you could say, hey, I've got a website, bobscoolhats.com. It directs it to your district marketplace. Boom, you're starting to drive traffic to it. Now, the other people in your marketplace is going to be doing the same. Other people in the entire website of district is going to be driving traffic or creating brand awareness through their own social networks. And, we have no idea what district is going to be like in 5 years, if it's going to be anything, if it's going to be a player, right? But it's already there. It doesn't cost you anything to use. And we're all clamoring for an alternative to eBay. And the thing is if somebody goes to the main page of district and types in, a specific hat that they're looking for and you have it, it shows up. They don't have to just be in that marketplace. So just being on the site, you do have the potential for essentially what you would call walk-by traffic, right? So yeah, I think that's pretty much what one of the things that I wanted to convey is just look at it like another storefront that you could start listing something. You could experiment. You could try new categories, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility to have another online presence that's not eBay, right? So I mean, it's sometimes, every people talk about getting your listings up on, say, like a Vendu or a List Perfectly, just so in case anything ever happens to your eBay store, you don't lose all of that. And District does have an app as well. And let me just turn this around because I want to show you guys how some of like the layout looks like, and and some live stream stuff. All right, so when you go to district.com, this is kind of like the home page. Discover, you can search for anything you want there, and it searches all of the marketplaces. Or you can go into, for example, sports cards has 179 markets, collectibles has 45, antiques has 9, and it shows the listings that they have inside there. It also has, for example, Jocelyn over at Crazy Lamp Lady, her marketplace is knickknacks. So right off the bat, you immediately see somebody who is live streaming, and you could go. Let's go into that live stream real quick. Now, live streaming is not for everybody.
And guys, if you're thinking about being a seller,
I don't really particularly think it's something that I'm gonna want to do, but maybe I will. Maybe me and Maria will do that. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's there, and I would rather have that option be there than not be there, because who knows what sellers in my marketplace, what they will want to do. So it's better to have the technology than to not have the technology. And then you can go into antiques, and you can see the markets that are inside the different antique marketplaces. So I want to point out inside, and I do talk in the video that I filmed last night about District, how I would really appreciate any support that you guys can give me by going and just signing up for an account. And how you do that is the link is inside my YouTube description. You just copy and paste that into the browser, and then you click Get 5 and just make sure that my code is there, and then you can sign up. And you get $5, I get $5, and whether you ever do anything with it, you're not I like to stress, you're not linked to my market. I mean, initially you sign up in my marketplace, but you can leave, you can do whatever you want, you can create your own. You're not trapped inside anybody's marketplace. There's so much freedom that, yeah, there's so much freedom. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that. All right, so a couple random thoughts that I've had, not having anything to do with District right now, I want to talk about is Pete had a great video today. Polish Pete, if you guys aren't familiar with him, his thoughts are always entertaining and insightful and interesting. I encourage you guys all to watch that. Best search practices. I've heard a lot of different, these comments sprinkled in over the course of like maybe the last 6 weeks. Someone will make a comment about how search is broken, but then another person will say, well, I know the best way to search items. I don't buy a lot on eBay. Now, I actually would be interested in hearing, and I know I'm going to get criticism for that, but I don't, I have a ton of inventory. B, I don't really have anything that I necessarily need right now. So in this environment, why would I be spending extra money? We for the most part, we're all in survival mode. If I needed something, I've purchased things on eBay before, but usually I'm just looking for something very specific. And whether you guys offer these suggestions up, or if you actually have a YouTube channel, and I actually think that there would be some value in somebody putting together, and if people want to share those things, I will put together a video like that. But having a few videos out there on YouTube that helps buyers learn different ways to search items, because we're all complaining about how search is broken, right? How we're all being very critical of the buyer experience on the ability to locate items, and that's directly affects us. If a buyer can't find our items, or if buyers don't know how to properly search, or if people out there know search hacks, I actually think it would be valuable to maybe help the buyers out. I mean, this is what's ridiculous. We shouldn't even have to be doing this. eBay, eBay should be doing their job. They should be doing their job, and they should be making sure that the search feature is as fluid and streamlined and easy as it can be. But no, it's not. Again, this is not something we should have to be doing. But I'm trying to think, would it be useful for somebody to put together, and maybe a few different YouTubers out there should put together some videos about the best search practices. Just something to think of, trying to get information out there. Sellers come to YouTube all the time to search out different things. When they're struggling with something, you got to assume buyers do the same thing. Putting that out there. Number two, actually, this is the last thought that I have before I'm going to stop this video, go eat lunch, and then I'm going to come back and finish this video up. Jack and I were talking last night about watchers on items. We were talking about the reset. We were talking about, whether, to keep watchers when you do the reset. Jack has always been a proponent of that. Primo has always been like, yes, you keeping the watchers. And I'm really coming around to seeing how you really should keep your watches when you're doing the reset, for a couple different reasons. Number one, if somebody is watching it and you end it and then you relist it, that same person is probably gonna put it back into their watch list. So it's they're probably gonna be getting annoyed that they're watching something and then it disappears and then it reappears. And then you've got to send another offer out there. And plus it's saving yourself more work, right? And the other reason is Jack was talking about how, and Polish Pete basically says the same thing, is a watcher is almost like a lifeline to a listing, and it buoys it from falling into the eBay Cassini abyss. So I said to Jack last night, what if I just go in and watch a ton of your items and you watch a ton of mine? Do you think that would do anything? So, and then we were like, well, how many items can you watch? Now, I just Googled it. Now, I don't know if this is old information, but I think you can watch up to 400 items. Now, is it a pain? Yes. Have we done it? No. Were we just talking about it randomly to see? Because this is what, and you're going to hear more about this in the stuff I filmed about District last night. When you talk with people, one of the most awesome things about getting a YouTube channel is I was on an island by myself prior to April 1st. I just went about my business. But the ability, to hash out ideas with people, over the phone, through Messenger, has just been amazing. And one of the things that I want to try to create and develop, and you'll see this in the videos that I did last night, is having a community of real-time chat that, we can either, bounce ideas off of on, how to survive, either marketing strategies or things that we can do to be more profitable in the business. Because YouTube is great, but it's normally video to video, and normally conversations don't carry on through the videos. It's okay, there's a new topic, people talk about it, move on. New video, people talk about things, move on. There's no continual dialogue, or there's no place where everybody can meet in one place. And that's one of the features that District has that I don't see any other. I went through and I looked at a bunch of what you'll be seeing in upcoming clips of this video of how we can use some of their seller chat features, and we can kind of create some communities inside inside the marketplace. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on, do you think watching, if basically you would pick like a buddy, and you guys would start watching as many of the listings that you can watch. Would that be worth it? Would it not be worth it? Would it just be a pain in the butt? Do you think there would be no net positive results? This is all about keeping the conversations going and sharing kind of like my random thoughts and seeing where the conversation goes. So I'm going to go grab some lunch, and then I'll be finishing this video up when I get back. I'm going to be talking a lot about comments from Kevin, Stoic Resellers, recent videos. I think there's some good things in there that could potentially have further dialogues to be discussed. All right, the next topic I want to talk about, and I'm filming this Saturday. We just got done with the premiere of the video that I dropped on Saturday night. Now, this might be really basic for everybody. I literally just learned this like 3 weeks ago. When you publish a video, you can do it one of two ways. You can just publish it, and then it's live, and then people can watch it. And then if people want to comment, they have to do it in the comment section. If a video is premiering, there is a chat feature. So I always thought that when I scheduled a premiere, in my mind, I thought I was doing it to kind of like raise buzz about a video that's going to be dropping, so like I'm a night owl. If I get done with a video and I'm going to bed around 1, I'll premiere it for like say 4 a.m. thinking that will give people on the East Coast time to wake up, see that there's a video going, maybe put it in their queue, and then in the algorithm it shows X amount of people are waiting, and I didn't know if that gave it a boost or anything. Algorithm, right? We're ruled by the algorithms of everything, like eBay algorithm. How many times do we talk about the eBay algorithm, the YouTube algorithm? Like, we're literally ruled by the matrix algorithms of the world, and that's just 2 of them. There's probably algorithms in all aspects of our lives. Like we're either ruled by them or we're part of them in someone else's data metrics. So I just learned, like I said, a few weeks ago, that when a video is premiering, there's like a chat feature. And it's funny because the first time I learned about it was I got a 24-hour timeout from YouTube. And this is going to be important. This is going to come full circle about the little timeout and how, yeah. So anyhow, so I did a premiere last night, and it is so much fun chatting with people in the community. There were 77 people in there last night, Saturday night, 9 a.m. or not 9. No, I think I dropped it at 8:30 p.m. So it's like 11:30 on the East Coast, and there were still 77 people in there at the peak. I just thought that was super cool. It was super amazing. We were having there were like 3 or 4 different conversations going on. It's just, it feels cool to be with your people, right? So if you don't know, if you're on YouTube and you don't know that that's happening during a premiere, which I didn't, and I've been creating videos since May, that is a really cool experience. Now, Patricia was in there, and she made a comment that this is so much fun, being able, it's like a different level of connection, real time, the ability to chat. It's just there. I don't know. It's exciting. I'm a little fired up just having gotten off that. Now, I will tell you, if I ever premiere a video and it's like early morning, I'm not going to be on. I'm going to be sleeping, especially if it's 4 to 8 East Coast time, or West Coast time. For sure, I'm definitely not going to be on. But I do try, when I premiere them in the evenings, Or I haven't premiered one in the afternoon. I normally just drop it in the afternoon. But if I premiere one in the evening, I do try to be on there. But even if I'm not, there's other people oftentimes there. Like the time that I got a timeout from YouTube, I could watch the chat. I remember seeing like Mike from Dark Thrifter in there, and a few other people, and they're like talking to each other. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, of all the times I get a timeout from YouTube. So today I was on District and I was looking at one of the features there in every community, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. I have an idea that I think could be a really cool way to build a community. Now I'm not and if you're in Europe or Australia or any other country that District is not in as a seller, you're still going to want to pay attention because you can still sign up. I got this okay. I learned this information today, and this is I just think it's going to be super awesome. Maybe I'm excited. Maybe I'm just excited and it's not going to be awesome. But I want your guys' feedback. I want you to help me create through your suggestions what you think would be good seller chats. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to flip the computer around and kind of show you visually what it looks like on other people's marketplaces, and then we'll come back to mine. All right, so here is my District marketplace. Now, even if you have no intention of ever signing up for District, as a buyer, as a seller, as a user, I can still use your input. And I would be greatly appreciated. Like one thing I've always valued is crowdsourcing. I feel that, we are all much more intelligent together than separate. There's like an energy or a synergy that goes on that is just awesome. So on top of being able to have buy it nows, auctions, and live streams, they also have this thing called chats. So I'm going to show. I don't have any set up yet because I haven't really decided on what I want to do. So I'm going to show you some examples from other marketplaces, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll let you know what I have so far. So this guy has community guidelines, member chat, show and tell, in search of, what's this worth? And then when you click on it, there's chat. Some chats have more chats than others, but here is what's awesome. Inside these chats, you can upload pictures. You can include links. Like these are features that you cannot do on YouTube, right? And wouldn't it be nice if we had an area where you can talk, like where there's always going to be somebody, well, maybe not always going to be somebody there, but you go there, something happens, and you want to either share it to get feedback on, or let's just keep going. Let's I'll show you all the examples. Community got so yeah, there's that this just has chat, hauls, and it shows like different people. RFI, I don't know what RFI is. A cat thread? Okay. Well, I mean, you can make these. So what I want help with is, what should these chats be? Knickknacks. This is Jocelyn's. In search of, it's really cool to ID me, someone, you buy something and you don't know what it is, and you want an outlet to be able to ask people. You can't do that on YouTube. You can't upload a picture, show and tell, look what I made. And then there's two more. The polls, promote yourself, and then Craigslist Hunter, general chat, what's this worth, ask Craigslist Hunter. So here's what I've got so far. Hey chat, And I don't know if that should just be, because obviously I want to build upon my brand. I want to build on, kind of like the play on words with hey. So hey chat, show your grail. Any collector, whenever they buy, and remember, this is a marketplace, but within this marketplace there can be a community, and that community doesn't just have to be about buying and selling. It can also be about, it can be a place where we can't get kicked off, right? Like, I got a ban on YouTube and I couldn't communicate for a day. We all know, I mean, none of these features are available on eBay. Like, there is no way that you can communicate with each other within eBay. Not that you would want to, probably for fear that they're gonna think that you're saying something that goes against policies. And so I have show your grail, wish list. This is a marketplace. People are going to have things that they want to buy. This is a place where this is what this chat would be. And all of these would be individual chats. Help identifying. I don't really like that title. I really need a better title. But basically, it's like when you buy something and you don't know what it is. It's kind of like phoning, it's like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where you're asking the crowd, I got something, I don't know what it is. Anybody know what this is? And then what this wave 3 is, this is Primo Chemo kind of came up with this idea of wave 3 as being, that's the kind of like era of YouTubers that we're in, where us YouTubers are focused on helping each other, trying to, it's not all about, bolos and look at what I sold. Yeah, that's fun to do every once in a while, but there needs to be more, especially in this day and age of, like, it's just, e-commerce is extremely frustrating. So I even asked my contact within district, am I allowed to have a chat inside this community that is all about eBay or all about YouTube or both of them combined? And he's like, it's your community. You can do what you want. And to me, that is just simply amazing. And you do not have to be a buyer or a seller. You can just sign up. It's free to sign up. And I learned something else too. There are no fees to sell on district. I mean, I guess I was under the impression that there was gonna be, maybe like some fees, like some monthly fees like eBay has, but there's no fees to buy, to list items as a seller. There are no fees associated with that, other than the 10%, let's just call them final value fees that you pay. So what would you guys think? And you can give me your opinions on whether you think, these 4 are good. Should this just be encompassed in this? Would that make it easy? Because I think once you are in these chats and you're communicating with people, it's just pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to connect and to chat real time with people, to have a place where you can go. Like I said, let's say you get banned from YouTube, or let's say, in the middle of the night, you're listing, not in the middle of the night, but you're listing late and you come across something and you got a question, you can just plug it into the community chat. So this is where I kind of want your input on what you think would be good topics and you can have as many as you want. I think having too many might be distracting, because you don't want to have to, you want them to be focused and narrow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. Like, I'm kind of excited about the possibility of this, especially being able to upload stuff and being able to include URLs, because I feel like you're not allowed to do that I don't know. I just feel like it's a place where you can go and you can type a chat and you don't got to worry about being banned either. Like banned, or your comment being taken down, censored. We have had quite a bit of censorship that we have discovered on YouTube, and I don't know why. I see no rhyme or reason as to why some comments are taken down and some not. So if you guys could give me some input on what you think what you would like to see be, for a chat, and maybe this is not a good idea at all, but when Patricia mentioned last night tonight in the chat how she wishes there was something like this, in my head I was just like, oh, this is so perfect, because I was literally just discovering this today, and how we could take this and build community on a platform that is already here. It's already here. It's super easy to use. It doesn't cost a thing. And yeah. So all right, I'm gonna turn around. Okay, so in conclusion, let me know what you think of these. Let me know if you have better suggestions to call them, or if you have other topics that you think would be useful in this kind of environment. The platform is already here. It's free. Oh, I'd like to ask you guys a favor at this point in time. I've never asked you for anything aside from a few likes, thumbs up, and feeding the YouTube algo. I have information in my bio. If you could go and sign up. I just want to show District that I have the ability to at least bring in and introduce this concept and this platform to other people. A, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. B, just because you sign up to my marketplace, you're not locked in. You can go at any time. When I first signed up for District, I signed up under somebody's marketplace. I didn't know. And at any time, you can go and you can create your own marketplace. You can go join somebody else's marketplace if you want to be a seller there. If you do want to be a seller and you do want to join my marketplace, we need to have a conversation. We do need to talk, and I do need to know some things about you, and I need to know how the kind of person that you are, because I can only bring in high quality sellers. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is me asking you if you would go and take a look at this purely from a community building standpoint, and then you can do with it what you want down the road. You can, just sign up and never use it. You can sign up, you can join the community, you can help build something. And I'll tell you what, if somebody else has a better idea right now on how we can connect, you don't have to do this, right? This is just me trying to think about how we can build something, a community that is outside of censorship potential. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Again, as a reminder, the thing that I was most excited about when my contact got back with me is that, people in Europe and Australia and all these other countries, that this is something that they can take part in. It's just because District isn't there yet, and I have no idea if it ever will be, they can still take part in the community aspect of this. And the fact that, again, you can upload pictures, it feels like there's so much more freedom to be able to communicate there right now. We should be taking advantage of this and, getting the wheels going and seeing where this goes. Maybe it'll go nowhere, but I don't see anybody using this platform in the way that I'm thinking that we could use this platform in. And then who knows? Maybe you will decide that you want to potentially, become a seller. Maybe you think you may potentially want to start your own marketplace. Who knows? I'm all about abundance. I've never, and if people are worried about, because this is my marketplace, right? I have never removed somebody's comment on YouTube. I've never banned anybody from YouTube. So I'm walking the walk of no censorship. Why am I having so many problems with that word? Censorship. So there is congruency and there is a track record of that with me. So I have to believe that you're in good hands with me, but that's just, I have a bias towards myself. So, all right, guys, I'm curious to see, I'm putting myself out there. Please consider signing up again. I've never asked you for anything. I'm curious to see if you guys think this is a good idea. If you're skeptical, if you want to poke holes in it, if you don't want to do anything at all, all of those prerogatives are valid. So just going to be quiet now, move on to the next topic, which is I need to turn my computer back around. I need to turn my phone back around. Okay, I lied. I didn't need to actually turn it around. You don't need to read. You don't need to see the words that I'm going to read to you. Jet sent me an email, and in that email contains some information I'm going to read to you. And maybe you guys know this, but I thought it was interesting, and he thought it was interesting enough to send to me. So eBay members are allowed to have as many accounts as they want. Each account will have its own feedback score, etc. But they are connected. So an established account can be used to boost the listing limits of a new account. And if one account gets in trouble, suspended, they all will. And I'm sure that they're linking them through the IP connection. You can have multiple accounts using the same bank and address, but your email has to be different on each account. Oh, it says right here. eBay links you to others by your IP, your address, and the footprint your computer leaves. Now pay attention to this part. If a babysitter uses your computer to buy something or signs into their account from your computer or on your ISP, and then they get suspended, eBay will suspend you. Buyers reported that everyone in the dormitory lost their eBay accounts because one sorority sister was suspended for selling counterfeit bags. Don't use a computer at work to check your eBay messages or to buy something on your lunch hour, because if another employee uses the computer and got suspended, you'll get kicked off too. We understand that eBay members might want different accounts for buying or selling or to focus on different product lines. However, in order to maintain a safe and trusted environment for all our users, all accounts that a member uses are held to our buying and selling policies. Frequently asked questions. Are there circumstances when creating another account isn't allowed? Registering new accounts to avoid buying and selling restrictions or limits or other policy consequences is not allowed. Wait, this is not really relevant. Let me pause this. I guess that was all the relevant information. Now, some of this is common sense and some of it is just like, I'd never really thought about that, but food for thought. Let me know if you knew this, if you have any thoughts to add to it. I just thought it was interesting enough to share, to get you to think about it, because don't let a babysitter log on to eBay.